What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Italian Football TV. I'm Michael Cantaris.
You got Samson here.
And I am Marco Messina. We're here for a very different video than you guys are used to on Italian Football TV. We're sharing a story, Samson's story. You guys might recognize him from Roma's video where he posted. And, we got into contact. We saw this video. It touched our hearts. And we wanted to bring Samson on to share some of the stories that he told us a little bit differently. Samson.
Well, as if anybody that had seen my video, that Roma did an interview on me on my trip to Boston.
Well, about 4 years ago, I was on my way to picking up my ex-girlfriend from the airport, and unfortunately, it had just finished raining, and the drunk driver kind of went into my path, and in an effort to not hit him, I swerved out of control, and I ultimately hit a tree, and it broke my neck at the C7 T1 level, leaving me paralyzed from the sternum down with limited hand mobility. But luckily enough, just a centimeter higher, I would have been a complete quadriplegic. So I have to be thankful for that as well. So
I I got word that Roma was coming to Boston, and I desperately want to see him because as a person with a disability, it's fairly difficult, fairly expensive to travel to Italy, which has always been my dream. And I basically just contacted the AS Roma Twitter, just pleading them to help me. And I was lucky enough that they actually responded after my tweet got a bunch of retweets and likes. And thankfully, they contacted me, and we set up everything up. I drove to Boston the night before, and it's all history from there. You can see it on the video attached to the link below.
So while Michael and I spoke to Samson, we found out, he met one of his dream players, Francesco Totti, and there was something else that he mentioned to us. You were telling us the backstory, and you said that it's always been your dream to one day go to Roma, go to the Stadio Olimpico, and see Totti play before he retires next year.
That has actually always been like priority number one when it came to my personal dreams with Roma. I always wanted to go to the Stadio Olimpico just because I wanted to feel that environment. I wanted to see the Curva Sud in person, and I wanted to see my idol, the guy that got me into the game, play live, and that has always been a big thing for me. And unfortunately, after the accident, it kind of shattered that dream in a way.
It's much more difficult, right, to get to Italy or to get this done.
You have to plan it out more. It's fairly more expensive due to just different like airline tickets if you want to go comfortably, and it's just a hassle in itself. You have to actually rent the vehicle perhaps, so I have a budget that I would have to make, and I would just have to see how it goes from there. I just have to keep my hopes up that it will happen.
Yeah, and that's why we're bringing you here. Samson was in an accident involving a drunk driver. And it's tough to make this happen. And you know that the Serie A, the reason why Michael and I started this channel is because we're in love with the Serie A, and our community is very different than anyone else, and that's why it doesn't matter what team you support, we're here. And we're trying to make Samson's dream come true to get to the Stadio Olimpico. So we told Samson that we want to start a GoFundMe. He didn't even want to do it at first. He said, I'm lucky enough to be here, to do everything, and he didn't want to take it for granted, but Michael and I kept telling him, we said, listen, the Serie A community is different, we're attached to each other, we want to make it happen. So there'll be a GoFundMe. If you could donate anything, 50 cents, $1, it's just a little bit smaller just to get his trip to Italy, which is very expensive and it's tough for him to do. And one thing that we haven't actually told him is that, my dad works for an airline, a major airline company, right? And I showed him the video, I showed him the story, and he was touched by it. He said, this is incredible. And, the reason why we started this channel, how close we are. And he's going to donate 2 tickets for you and your brother or whoever else you want to bring to get you to the Stadio Olimpico. We didn't decide a day yet. We'll see if we can raise the rest of the funds, for your tickets and stuff, man. But Michael and I, bro.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So much. Dude, you guys are going to make a grown man cry here. What? Oh, my.
He didn't know.
Man. Yeah, and we've been hanging out for probably like an hour before the shoot, and they held it from me. Oh, wow. Really? I thanks a lot, man.
No, man. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. I got to say that I was very reluctant to even start the GoFundMe because I felt like I was blessed enough, and then I got so much contact from different other people, including you guys, saying, you know what, you should do it. You know, it's a different experience. The people that actually mentioned it, they said it's you have to go through it. And I just thought I was fortunate enough, but now I don't even know what to say. I'm like,
I mean, the Serie A community, like you said, how we started the channel, it's just a big family, I feel like, and I think it's amazing how we can contact people from around the world through social media. And I think that's one of our biggest goals, to connect all Serie A fans and do the best we can to accommodate these kinds of things. And Wayne Gerard, he couldn't be with us today, obviously, but we're also talking to him. He's part of this whole project, which we really want to, make as high as we could and, get your dreams sitoti, right?
yeah, that. Big thanks to Wayne. Yeah, Wayne contacted me as well, and he asked me a few questions, and he wanted me to get in contact with you guys as well. And it's just amazing how just 4 tweets leading to today, where I just got the news, where I got 2 tickets to go to Rome. It's absolutely ridiculous, and I thank everybody. You have no idea how lucky I feel and how fortunate I feel.
I want to say that when I spoke to Samson, I felt like I was the lucky one. The way he told me how he stays happy and, he kept pushing through all the battles that we face. Everyone's got something going on in their life, and, you got to keep pushing and remember how fortunate we are. And, like, you're just such an inspiration to me, to Michael, to Matt, like, everyone here. Like, honestly, your story needs to be shared. And if we can make a dream come true by doing so little, like, if you could donate in the GoFundMe, we're so close now that we have the tickets there, and you can make a man's dream come true.
We live in an age where we take that technology for granted, and then 20 years ago this would never happen, and I am so glad it happened now, because I am over the moon right now. I can't really
Honestly, no,
thank
really,
you.
thank you.
Any help that you could provide, I would greatly appreciate it. I would be documenting everything. I'll be videotaping every second. I'll have my Twitter account up. I'll do Snapchats. You'll see everything, and I just can't wait. And hopefully this will happen. I really hope so.
Okay, guys, I guess that's it, right?
One more thing, very important. Forza Roma.
Yes. We'll talk to you guys later.
Thank you, bro.
I want to punch you for surprising me.